Hello and welcome to Easter Road, and after last week's special Friday night kickoff, it's back to a traditional 3 p.m. Saturday match here in Leith as Lee Johnson's side look to bounce back from that disappointing defeat to St Johnstone. St Mirren, the visitors this afternoon, find themselves flying high after a positive start to their season. It's 4th versus 5th as Hibernian take on St Mirren. We've got the build-up right here on Hibs TV. I'm Adam Tomlinson, and joining me pitchside is a Hibernian FC stalwart. She made her 250th appearance for the club last weekend. Shiv, an incredible milestone for you, 250 appearances for Hibs. How special is that for you?
Yeah, I think when I was younger it was a dream come true to play for Hibs. I think I would have been happy with one appearance, but yeah, to get 250, it's so special to me and my family, and hopefully many more to come.
Are there any that stand out for you?
I think playing in Champions League at Easter Road as a child, doing that anywhere in the country is an unbelievable achievement. So yeah, to do it here on home soil is special. So yeah, one of them, and you can't miss it. The derbies, they're extra special. Scoring against them at Tynecastle, that will always be in my memories.
Yeah, and a big win to top off that milestone for you as well, and progress into the semi-final of the Cup. Is that a big aim to try and get to that final and potentially win the trophy for Hibs women?
Yeah, of course, we've had history in the Cups. We've been to semi-finals, finals, we've won it. So yeah, we lost it a couple of years ago, so we're looking to redeem ourselves and get it back here at Easter Road. So yeah, semi-final, it was the minimum that we required, so to get there, hopefully we can go one step closer.
Absolutely. Well, we'll turn our attentions now to the men's team. Like I said, we were beaten by St Johnstone in our last outing here at Easter Road. Let's check out that action.
Infield from Martin Boyle. Boyle does well, slips it into the path of Kukarevich. Back onto his left foot, gets the shot away, but he just lifts it too high for Montgomery. Cadden does well to block it for Hibs. Considine under pressure, loses out to Cadden. Cadden does well, holds it up nicely. McGuinness, edge of the area, gets the shot away, but again just lifts it a fraction too high. Nodded clear by St Johnstone, picked up now by Joe Neal. Cadden once again into the area. Kukarevich scores! His opener for the Hibs. The ball played in by Chris Cadden. The big Ukrainian climbed highest, knocks the ball beyond Remy Matthews in the St Johnstone goal. Murphy. Pressure there from Kyle McGuinness, and Kyle McGuinness is in trouble. And that is a second yellow card for Kyle McGuinness, leading to a red. It was a clumsy challenge on Jamie Murphy after the ball had been played. Defensively. It's in the net, it's a headed goal from St Johnstone. They're back on level terms. It's Nicky Clark, the scorer, from Hulbert's corner. First touch from the wind, and he's got it back under control now. It's it back from playing in the ball, floated into the Hibs area. It's in the net, St Johnstone have a second. The ball floated into the Hibs area. Stevie May, I think it was, got in there ahead of the Hibs defence. The ball launched upfield by McGowan, out for a throw in to Hibs. The full-time whistle goes here at Easter Road. It finishes St Johnstone 2, or Hibs 1, St Johnstone 2.
Lee, coming into this week, what's the mood been around the training camp, obviously after what has been a few disappointing results?
Yeah, I think that we were disappointed. There's no doubt in that. We felt we'd let people down after the Friday night game. I think frustration was a key element because we felt for the majority of the game, certainly the first 2/3 of it, we thought we was good without killing a resolute St Johnstone side off. But of course, you now look to the next opportunity, and we're in a position in the league where if we can win the football match, then we'll be where we think our performances deserve us to be. Over 38 games, you'll find out that truth. But in the short term, we're still building, we're still growing, we're still learning about each other. And I know our fans will be there in great voice, pushing us on.
Absolutely. Like you say, that next opportunity is St Mirren. It was a tricky game against them earlier this season. How much have we learned from that game and also developed, because it was early on as well?
Well, I think the team's very different to it was then. I think it was a disappointing game for us, remembering, we was booed at half-time and booed at full-time, and we was in the next day, but that led us to 4 wins directly after that. So I think that we are on this journey. We're not the finished article yet, and we've shown some really good signs at times, and at times we've fallen a little bit short. So we need to keep honing the performance. When we have spells, we need to capitalise and we need to score goals. We need to kill teams off a little bit better than we are. And if there are plot twists in the game, which often there are, particularly in Scotland, then we have to respond better and the best we possibly can. So again, there's not been a negative environment here. We're full of positivity going into the game. I think in one sense, the boys should be really looking forward to getting back in front of our fans and showing them what we can do with them obviously fully behind us, which they are.
Yeah, in terms of team news, how are we looking?
Yeah, we're looking good. May decide to make a few changes. Obviously, we've adapted the shape a little bit, and elements of that shape went really well. There was other elements that we needed to improve, so we've had a good week here to try and, like I say, make a decision based on that shape going into the game with the personnel that we think fits that shape perfectly.
Yeah, in terms of injuries, is there any updates on people coming back, or are we as we are?
No, we're pretty much as we are. There's a couple that picked up knocks, but there's also a couple that are starting to show signs of progression. I think Kevin Nisbet's a good example of improving every day. Still not ready in terms of this weekend, but certainly getting closer. And Lewis Miller's now back on the grass and out training. So Jake Dorhay's had an operation that went really well. So hopefully 2 or 3 weeks before we see him again. We're just, like I say, progressing on all fronts. Yeah,
just finally, I had to mention the under-19s and their magnificent win last night against Nantes. You were there watching with your coaching staff. A number of first team players were there as well. What did you make of that?
I thought it was brilliant. Yeah, I thought second half the performance levels were great. I thought the fans behind the goal, block 7, kept everybody going and created an atmosphere which was good. I thought it was a really good attendance, and I think the boys have just got so much charisma in that team. Obviously some will step into that first team environment, particularly over the next couple of years, and this is what we want. We want that feeling of I've got an identity, I've got the same values that the clubs bring in the first team and in the first team matches. So like that connection yesterday was excellent, from first team to fan base to academy, and that's what we want to see, and that's what we thrive on.
Absolutely, Lee. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you. Cheers.
From the manager just then, and he was saying that the defeat on Friday night hurt because of all the effort that the club kind of put in to make that Friday night game really special. There's the most fans inside Easter Road for 33 years, home fans. That is, obviously, it was just the result that was lacking.
Yeah, I think it was a special night for the club, for it to be a full house. It's what you're wanting as a footballer. So yeah, probably a narrow defeat, but one that maybe in another scenario in football that you're up in the first half by a couple of goals and the game's kind of away by that point. But yeah, as the game goes on and it's still 0-0, it's a tough fixture, and obviously with the sending off, it makes it a lot more difficult for the players on the pitch.
Yeah, and you were obviously here inside the stadium as well. There was great control, wasn't there, for certainly the first hour, going on the first 70 minutes until that big turning point of Carl McGuinness's red card. It's something that Lee Johnson mentioned there again, that the players need to adapt better to plot twists in the game. Is that something that you agree with?
Yeah, I think in these scenarios in football it happens, and you have to find a way to try and get around the team and work on bits that maybe it wasn't working in the first half. But no, these things happen. It's the way you react to it, and unfortunately for us it went the other way. But no, something they look back and moving forward they can make big changes to that. But no, they had controlled the game for large parts of the game, and it's just that final third area that if we can put the goals away, the game is probably put to bed.
Yeah, and obviously you've played in loads of games like we mentioned before for Hibs. When situations like that happen, you go down to 10 men or a call goes against you that you didn't expect, who has to deal with those twists in the game? Is that you as players? Is that the manager? Is that the coaching staff? Is it a little bit of everyone?
Yeah, I'd probably say it was a bit of both. I think the players need to get around each other and almost do two jobs for each player and makes the spaces smaller than they are already. But yeah, when you're chasing a game, it's a lot harder with 10. It may not look like it on the pitch, but when you're on the pitch and you're a player down, it's a lot more difficult than it maybe seems. But no, I think the managers, the coaching staff and the players all need to come with a solution together, and yeah, there's ways you can get around it. Sometimes you see teams in different areas that actually perform better with 10 players, so yeah, just reacting to it well, and yeah, if it does hopefully not happen again, but if it does then we're able to react a little bit better this time.
Yeah, and obviously St Mirren today, as we look to get back to winning ways, we obviously lost to them earlier this season in what Lee Johnson said was a very disappointing performance, but we're a very different team from then, aren't we?
Yeah, there's a lot of positivity around the club, and last week obviously was disappointing, but you have to refresh and go again, and we're on again home turf, and hopefully that the crowd behind us again can get round the players and we can get the win today, because I think we're good enough to get it. It's just on the day that we're good. Yeah,
and St Mirren have been performing really well this season as well, especially at home, obviously here at Easter Road. What do you expect from them?
Yeah, I think you can't take it away from them. They are a good side. You don't underestimate them, but yeah, it's both sides going at each other the whole 90 minutes, and it's just that bit of quality who can come out and shine the most. But yeah, I hope Hibs can get the win today, and I'm sure they will.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Well, we will leave you there for a very short commercial break, but stay with us because we'll be hearing from David Marshall and also looking at the fantastic win for our under-19s in European action.
Simplexity Travel is made up of some of London's leading bespoke travel managers. Simplexity specialise in luxury travel services for corporate and private clients, groups and individuals who lead busy lives. Simplexity will simplify challenging schedules and complex trip itineraries, ensuring our clients always travel with complete peace of mind and in perfect luxury. Simplexity Travel, making luxury travel simple.
Welcome back here to Hibs TV as we build up to today's 3 p.m. kickoff as we take on St Mirren. Let's hear from our captain and goalkeeper now, David Marshall. He caught up with my colleague Gavin Rittu ahead of this game.
Marshall, speaking ahead of the match on Saturday, St Mirren at home, how have preparations been going for that one?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a long week when you come back off the back of defeat. We were disappointed with Friday night, but yeah, prepared well. Everybody was trained well and looking forward to another home game. We've been good at home, set back on Friday obviously, but we're looking to bounce back for that and get 3 points on Saturday.
Yeah, I guess the main thing for the players would be to get a reaction in that one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think looking back at the game on the Friday, I think the majority of the game we played pretty well. But yeah, it's a deflation. We know the Friday night game attracted a big crowd, so it was difficult to lose the game. So we'll look for a reaction in terms of points, but I don't think we're too far away performance-wise. But we'll be looking just to up that, and as I say, that I'm sure that'll bring 3 points.
As captain, how do you make sure you get a reaction out of the squad? What have you said to them?
No, we spoke in a meeting on Monday. I think we're coming off the back of 3 defeats, and just beyond that, we had 4 wins in the bounce. So we need to keep consistent if we want to finish third in this league. So I think that's been the message, and we have been relatively consistent over the last 6 weeks. I think performance-wise, and then coming off the back of the 4 wins, so not a lot, back to basics in the training ground and standards, as I say, look to bounce back.
St Mirren then, they'd have a good start to the season, joint third. Stephen Robinson seems to have them organised, and it'd be a tough game. Yeah,
well, obviously we played them early in the season and they won. We were particularly disappointed with how we played that day, but St Mirren have had a really good start to the first kind of quarter, third of the season, so yeah, they'll see it's an opportunity to put a bit of a gap. But as I say, we have to be targeting that third spot, and as I say, that's what we'll be looking to do. I think the focus has got to be on us and our performance going into the game.
Appreciate your time, good luck at the weekend.
Cheers.
Shiv, obviously we heard from David Marshall just then. He's been a revelation, hasn't he, in goal since he joined us in the summer?
Yeah, he's been a great addition. I think even the goalkeeping capabilities, but also his feet. He's like a spare player out there. Yeah, when he comes high, he brings the ball and he plays a forward pass. It's not just kicking it back up the pitch. So yeah, a great addition and someone that is really good in the goal.
Yeah, and obviously you're a defender yourself. When you have a goalkeeper like him behind you, he's always on the move, always talking, great with his feet as well. How reassuring is that for you as a centre half?
Yeah, it's huge. I'm sure he helps the centre halves in the back line out a lot. You can hear him sometimes from the side, even with a full house, how much he commands at the back. So yeah, having someone that's so comfortable on the ball and behind the full backs and the centre backs is huge, and something that maybe we've relished for a long time at Hibs. So yeah, to finally get him here is huge for the club.
Yeah, absolutely is. Well, we'll have a quick look at the league table then. It's very tight again, isn't it? Hibs obviously looking to try and gain some consistency to get into that third, fourth place.
Yeah, I think to be in that position just now, there's some of us probably a bit frustrated with the last result last week, but no, you can see how tight it is between the 5th place and the 3rd and 4th. So yeah, a win today will obviously bring us up, and it's somewhere as a club we want to be in the top 3, and I think we deserve to be there.
Yeah, and we obviously 4 games now until the World Cup break as well. Teams obviously that were playing around us too. There's good opportunity there to gain points on those sides and really try and solidify at least a small gap going into that World Cup break.
Yeah, I think you have to take momentum each week, because you know that there is only 4 games left, so it's very important that we get maximum points out of these games and hopefully, yeah, like you say, get a little gap on the other teams below us.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Hibs women as well, because you're in action tomorrow. Partick Thistle, what are your thoughts ahead of that one?
Yeah, they're a tough side. I think they're well drilled. Obviously their manager plays with the men's team as well, so he knows a lot of knowledge in the game. So yeah, difficult team to break down, but one that we're looking forward to, and hopefully we can get the 3 points and, like the men, hopefully move up the table.
Absolutely. Well, Siobhan, good luck tomorrow. We'll turn our attentions quickly now to look at the under-19s. They put in a magnificent performance to win the first leg against Non here, 1-0 at Easter Road, thanks to Ethan Laidlaw's penalty. Ball out to Murray Aiken, who goes past one, skips the ball over to Josh O'Connor in the box. He has a shot, but it's just wide of goal. Absolutely, it's 4-2 now on this left-hand side. Just gets into the area. Jacob Blaney tries to square him up. He has a strike on goal, but Murray Johnson does really well there to deny him. The substitute, Jacob McIntyre, looks to have started in the right wing-back role with Oscar McIntyre left wing-back. Just as Josh O'Connor drives in this left-hand side, he's into the area, cuts it back, falls to the feet of Rudy Molotnikov. He's trying to create space, and it's gone wide. And Hibs are looking to break quickly. Josh O'Connor really trying to shut down and force the non-players into a mistake and forces the goalkeeper long, but it's gone all the way through to their striker Mahmoud, but he's put it wide. Murray Johnson furious with the linesman, but Murray Aiken now inside the non-half. He had an option to give the ball to Josh O'Connor, but chose to go alone and went past his man. Feeds the ball back to Josh O'Connor. O'Connor in the box, looking to cross it across the face of goal. Saved by the goalkeeper. Comes out to Ethan Laidlaw, who shoots, but he just can't get enough on it. Down this left-hand side now with Ethan Laidlaw. He tries to play it through the legs and does really well to go past Akapardi. Then gets into the box, goes past two. Penalty. And Hibs have a penalty. Referee just keeping everyone back. It's in front of the block 7 supporters as well. Ethan Laidlaw from the penalty spot, and he scores straight down the middle, and it's 1-0 to Hibs.
Great penalty, cool as you like. Ethan Laidlaw right in front of block 7, who are absolutely going mad behind the goals.
Ethan Laidlaw again, excellent down that left-hand side, and he releases Josh O'Connor. Josh lifts his head up, there's two of his teammates in the box. He cuts it back to Murray Aiken, 20 yards out. Oh, it's hit the bar. It's so close there for Murray Aiken. And Hibs are looking to counter. Oscar McIntyre now releases Ethan Laidlaw, who looks to be on his last legs, to be fair. He's put a lot of effort in, gets into the box, goes past one, goes past two, cuts the ball across the face of goal. It's fallen to Josh O'Connor, the goalkeeper saves it. That was another really memorable European night here at Easter Road. The second leg away in France is on Wednesday, so we wish Steve Keane and his players all the very best for that one. Now, that's all we have time for ahead of today's game. We'll be back here on Tuesday the 8th of November, so please join us. We look ahead to the match against Ross County. Thank you again for watching and enjoy the game.